Hello friends, welcome to yet another video at Finance MCQ channel. I am CMA Akula Sridhar, and friends, I will be covering your Companies Act 2013 topic of technical syllabus, that is paper 2 of general syllabus. And friends, today we will continue with our topic on prospectus and allotment of securities. Friends, this technical syllabus includes subjects such as costing, then commerce and accountancy, management, finance, Companies Act and economics. And friends, this technical syllabus is very important for your selection as it covers 100 marks in phase 1 and is also having 2/3 weightage in phase 2 of your SEBI grade A officer exam. So let's begin. So friends, in the previous lecture we studied about shelf prospectus. So friends, shelf prospectus issued when securities are issued for subscription in one or more issues over a certain period without the issue of any further prospectus. And friends, it is supplemented by an information memorandum containing key updates or changes. So friends, when a company is issuing different class of securities over a certain period of time, then instead of publishing prospectus every time, it can just publish a self prospectus with a given time validity and can supplement it with information memorandum whenever a new class of securities is issued. Next, we studied about red herring prospectus. So friends, red herring prospectus is a prospectus which does not include complete particulars of the quantum or price of the securities included therein. So friends, this is issued prior to the issue of main prospectus to invite expression of interest from potential investors. So friends, red herring prospectus is basically issued to test the market before issuing the main prospectus. And friends, today we'll study a different type of prospectus known as abridged prospectus. So friends, abridged in literary sense means to shorten something without destroying the meaning of the original. So friends, prospectus in today's world is a very voluminous document and one cannot be expected to read it completely. So friends, this time abridged prospectus comes into picture. So friends, abridged prospectus provides a quick, relevant and crisp information about the company. And friends, this is a memorandum which contains such salient features of the prospectus. So friends, basically abridged prospectus is a summary of the main prospectus. Moving on, let's discuss about section 40, which speaks about securities to be dealt with in stock exchange. So friends, remember that every company making public issue shall make an application to one or more recognized stock exchange and obtain permission from the securities to be dealt within such stock exchange. And friends, the prospectus will state the name of the stock exchange in which the securities shall be dealt with. And friends, remember that monies received on application from public for subscription to the security shall be kept in a separate bank account in a scheduled bank and shall be utilized only for two purposes. One is for adjustment against allotment of securities, and second, to repay the monies in case the company is unable to allot securities. And friends, in case if a company puts on any condition which purports to waive the compliance of any section under this act, then that shall be void. Moving on, let's move on and study the provisions related to the payment of commission. So friends, remember that a company can pay commission to any person in connection with the subscription to its securities, whether absolute or conditional. And friends, however, there are two conditions. First of all, the payment of such commission shall be authorized in the company's articles of association. And next, the commission can be paid out of the proceeds of the issue or the profit of the company or both, and not from any other sources. And friends, let's move on and discuss the rates of commission which is allowed. So friends, in case of shares, remember that the rate of commission shall not exceed 5% of the price at which the shares are issued, or the rates as authorized by the articles, whichever is less. And friends, in case of debentures, the rate of commission shall not exceed 2.5% of the shares at which the debentures are issued, or the rate authorized by articles, whichever is less. So friends, this is very important because MCQ can be easily formed on this topic. So friends, remember that in case of shares, the rate shall not be more than 5%, while in case of debentures, it will not be more than 2.5%. Moving on. Now friends, remember that the prospectus of the company shall disclose three important things. First, the name of the underwriters, then the rate and amount of the commission payable to the underwriter, and in the end, the prospectus shall also state the number of securities which is to be underwritten or subscribed by the underwriter. So friends, the prospectus will also disclose the particulars related to payment of commission. And friends, remember that no commission is to be paid to any underwriter or securities which are not offered to the public for subscription. So this basically says that commission cannot be paid in case of private placement, and it can be paid only in case where the securities are issued for public subscription. This contract of commission along with the prospectus will be delivered to registrar for registration. And friends, let's study the provisions related to allotment of securities as given under section 39. So friends, allotment of shares is an appropriation of a certain number of shares to an application and distribution of shares among those who have submitted written application for subscribing the same. So friends, if a company has made a public issue and if some individual has subscribed for some particular shares and paid the application money, then the company issues the subscribed shares to the applicant. So friends, this process is called allotment of shares. And friends, remember that till such allotment the shares does not exist as such, and it is after allotment that the shares comes into existence. And friends, the company in its prospectus declares an amount as the minimum subscription. And friends, if the minimum subscription is not received, then remember that company cannot make any allotment. Moving on. Friends, remember that the amount payable on application on every security shall not be less than 5% of the nominal amount of securities or such higher percentage or amount as may be specified by SEBI. So friends, remember that if, for example, if a company has issued a share of face value 100, then in that case the application money has to be minimum 5 rupees. Moving on. If the minimum amount is not subscribed and the application money is not received within a period of 30 days from the date of issue of the prospectus or such other period as may be specified by SEBI, the amount will be returned within such time as manner as may be prescribed. So friends, moving on, let's study the provisions related to refund of application money. So friends, in the previous slide, we have studied that if the minimum amount has not been subscribed and the sum payable on application is not received within the period specified, that was 30 days, therein the application money shall be repaid within a period of 15 days from the closure of issue, and if any such money is not repaid, the directors of the company where the officer is in default shall jointly and severally be liable to repay the money with interest at the rate of 15%. So friends, remember that if the company has not received the minimum amount of subscription and the sum payable on application within 30 days, then within 15 days of the closure of the issue, the company will be liable to repay it with 15% rate of interest. Moving on, the application money to be refunded shall be credited only to the bank account for which the subscription will be remitted. So friends, in no case the amount shall be paid in the form of cash. Moving on. Friends, where the company having a share capital makes an allotment of securities, it shall file the registrar with a return of allotment in such manner as may be prescribed. Now let's study the penal provisions related to this. So friends, if the company makes any default, then the penalty will be 1000 rupees for each day for which the default continues, or 1 lakh rupees whichever is less. So friends, with this we complete the types of prospectus and the provisions related to allotment of securities. Friends, for more practice of MCQs on this topic, please visit financemcq.in, where the entire SEBI grade exam technical syllabus is covered in MCQ format. Friends, here 2000 plus subject wise, topic wise MCQ questions are presented for you to practice. Friends, explanation are also added for correct answers wherever required. So friends, apart from this, there are 25 test series covering the technical syllabus for more and more practice. So friends, do visit financemcq.in and practice your technical syllabus well. And friends, don't forget that this technical syllabus is having 100 marks in phase 1 and is also having 2/3 weightage in phase 2 of your SEBI grade exam. So friends, this technical syllabus is very important for your selection. So friends, that's all for today. We will go through some more insight into the topic tomorrow. Till then, thank you very much for watching. Take care and goodbye. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe.